Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Is your client with you, Matt?
She's not, I believe, she'll be joining us here.
Okay. All right.
We're all set, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go on the record now. This is case number 2057243 PP. Mackenzie Allers versus Kyle Allers. And the petitioner, Ms. Allers, is represented by Matt Shepard. The respondent, Kyle Allers, is represented by attorney Prysock. And Mackenzie Allers, are you on the line?
No, it's Kyle. We don't have anyone else waiting.
All right. Kyle, can you hear me?
He's not muted.
Hello?
That should be Kyle.
All right, can you hear me, Mr. Allers?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Mr. Shepard, have you talked with your client recently? Was she planning on calling in?
Yes, she was, Your Honor. In fact, we had a hearing last week, I believe it was Friday, essentially with the parties and on the divorce matter. My understanding is she was going to be calling in, being part of today's hearing. I don't know what the problem with it is, but I'm having my staff try to contact her right now, Judge.
Okay.
I also have to advise the court I've got two other matters going on, one at 9:45 and one at 10. My understanding that this was is just scheduled for 15 minutes today. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Oh, hey, Your Honor, my staff, who's far smarter than me, is indicating she's in a waiting room right now.
Not in our waiting room.
Hey, Henny, can you double check the Zoom?
I wonder if she called into Judge Dykeman.
Maybe she called into Judge Dykeman or Mr. Page's.
That's what I'm checking, Your Honor. It may very well be, Hannah.
He's really choppy.
Judge, I'm gonna have my staff and have Mackenzie go ahead and try your meeting ID number one more time just to make sure we have a good connection.
Okay.
Sorry about the delay.
We have a phone number that says Melissa Rich
That's fine.
waiting. She may be using someone else's phone. Her audio is connecting.
Okay.
That's her. We'll just have to verify that it's not Melissa Rich.
All right, are you Mackenzie Allers?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right. So this is a personal protection order case. A personal protection order was sought and obtained on an ex parte basis on August 12th. It was issued by Judge Dykeman. There was a motion to terminate the personal protection order filed on August 24th. So I do find that the motion to terminate was timely filed. And therefore, Mr. Shepard, the burden is on your client to establish the need for personal protection order. And the court has scheduled this in the only 15-minute slot that we had available to us, given the time requirements for us scheduling a motion to terminate. We very well may not be able to finish today, but let's see what we can do. So with that being said, Mr. Shepard, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, Judge, given the time frame, I'll give it. I presume the court's reviewed the petition, and I would just call Mackenzie Ehlers, who's just joined us, and I guess I'll start with her.
All right, Ms. Ehlers, would you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear, oath, or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Ehlers, do you recall filing a petition for a personal protection order? I believe it was on August 12th of this year. Ms. Ehlers, can you hear me? Mackenzie, can you hear me? Judge, I'm presuming you.
Yeah, it looks like she's frozen up.
Okay. Guess maybe I'll wait a sec.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay.
I'm gonna repeat the question, okay, Mackenzie?
Yep.
All right. Do you recall filing a petition for personal protection order on August 12th of 2020?
Yes.
All right. And in that particular petition, you name as the respondent Kyle Eldon Ehlers. Is that true?
Yes.
All right. And who is Kyle Eldon Ehlers to you?
My husband.
All right. It's my understanding, ma'am, that there's been a divorce action that's been filed also in Newaygo County Circuit Court. Do you recall that?
Yes.
All right. And when you indicate that Kyle Eldon Ehlers is your husband, is it my understanding, or would it be your testimony that over the course of the last several years that you've lived with Kyle Eldon Ehlers? Can you hear me, Mackenzie?
Can you hear me? Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And how long have you lived with Kyle Eldon Ehlers?
Almost 8 years.
Okay. And it's my understanding that you guys have a child in common.
Correct.
All right. And what is that child's name and his date of birth?
Paxton Lane Allers, August 24, 2015.
Okay. Do you recall describing an incident in your petition that happened on or about August 11, 2020?
Yes.
All right. However, prior to that, it's my understanding you and Mr. Ehlers were living together.
Yes.
All right. And at what point did you cease living with Mr.
I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'll try to repeat the question. At what point did you and Mr. Ehlers stop living together?
July 15th.
Okay. And why did you and Mr. Ehlers stop living together?
Because it was not a good relationship. We needed to be separated, and it was just not a good place for Paxton to be at the time. There was a lot of arguing and no, like not parenting together. It was not a good environment for our
Okay.
child.
And my understanding then that you and Paxton actually moved out or around that date. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Where did you move to?
We moved down the road to my sister's house, Melissa Rich.
And about how far away is your sister's place, your former marital residence when you live with Kyle?
Not even a half a mile.
All right. And have you continued to reside at your sister's residence while this matter and the matter are currently pending?
Yes.
Okay. Over the course of your relationship with Mr. Ehlers, that's Kyle, has he ever threatened to commit suicide or to kill or harm himself prior to this PPO?
Yes.
Okay. And could you describe when those threats were made or those discussions were made? About how long ago were they? And give us an example of what they were.
So when I said I wanted to be separated and that we need the divorce, that was what he would say, that he would harm himself if I chose to leave, or that he's not going to live without me, so he's going to kill himself, or then it's to the point where, and then he's going to make me watch.
About when did he make, how many times did you say he made those types of comments to you?
Multiple times, probably like a handful, probably five, six.
And about when were those comments made to you? Give me a time frame.
So the July, it got very bad, and that's when we left, just like a week later.
Okay, but my question, ma'am, the comments about hurting himself or making you watch, those kinds of things, when were those comments made to you by Mr. Ehlers?
So like on July 15th, he
Okay.
said that again, and he had said it previously from like July 4th to July 15th.
Okay. All right. Now, you moved down to your sister's. Did Mr. Ehlers continue to try to contact you after you moved out?
Yes. So yes. So since we all live on like the same road, it is making it very difficult for this to like go away. Like he's always everywhere because we all live like a half a mile from each other.
Okay, when you say making it difficult for this to go away, what do you mean?
Oh, sorry, it broke up again.
Your testimony was making it difficult for this to go away. What exactly do you mean by that?
For like him to go away, it's like my whole family on the road is what I meant by that. So just he will show up. So he'll drive down, who knows what time of the night, what time of the morning, and I just never know what to expect. So he will show up at my sister's.
Okay, that was my question.
What was it?
I'm sorry, I interrupted. There's kind of a pause.
No.
When you say drive down, where do you mean drive down, and drive down? Who's driving down, and where's driving down? What do you mean by that?
Like he would drive down to my sister's either in his truck or on his four-wheeler, and he would just drive down and show up here at any time.
Okay.
And he would
Mackenzie, are you there? Mackenzie, can you hear? Hello?
Hi, can you hear me? I can hear you.
Kind of.
Okay.
I can see you now. Can you hear me again?
Okay. Yes. It says I have internet, so I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Well, we're pretty short on time. Let's try to keep going here got a few minutes yet. You indicate you were describing what would happen when he would drive down.
Yep.
I'll go.
So he would yell and just start arguing with me in front of our son or whoever was down here at the time. And I just cannot have that. That's why I left in the first place, is because I don't want the arguing and the yelling and erratic behavior in front of our son. And then
Okay.
that would continue even when I was here.
All right, about how,
Yeah, Mr. Shepherd, if I may, can we have a time frame? Are we talking before the PPO or after
Yeah.
the PPO, what she's just described? I'm not
No
clear.
problem. Yeah, no problem. Ms. Allers, this description of behavior that you're talking about, when did that happen? Just describe when and where, as far as a time frame, kind of a period.
It happened before the PPO, and on the day before I got the PPO is when he came down to my sister's in a roller coaster mood and took Paxton without telling me. And then the next day is when I got the PPO.
Okay. Has this type of behavior, talking about this this yelling or arguing, and has that continued since you left? You moved out in July, middle of July. Is that,
Yes. So
All right.
yes.
and by your, you moved out about July, I believe it was July 15th. You
Yes.
sought the PPO right around a month later, August 12th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if it continued to happen until August 12th, has it happened since August?
Well, he did show up at my work on, I wrote it down. He came to my work September 3rd.
Your work?
And
Where do you work?
What was that?
You indicate he came to your work on September 3rd. I was asking you where you work at.
At Snipper's Salon
Okay, where, and is that in Fremont?
in Fremont, yes.
All right. On September 3rd. This would have been after the PPO was issued. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, let's come back to that, okay? Let's come
Okay.
back. Your Honor, how are we doing on time?
Got a couple more minutes, but then Mr. Prysock will probably wants a little bit of time. I've got my next hearing was supposed to start at 10, but that's going to be relatively quick. So you got about 5 minutes at the most.
All right, sorry, and I've got two other things. So if I can stop now, if Mr. Prysock, I mean, or I can keep going. I don't want to be unfair to him.
Well, I want you to get it in the information that you want me to
Okay.
have to decide the case. And if, like, as I indicated, if we need to get another date, I'll get another date.
Okay, I'll continue then, Judge. Mackenzie, I want to fast forward to August 11th, 2020. Do you remember that date?
August what?
August 11th of 2020. Remember that date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened that day?
So that day he came to my sister's house and he asked me to get my phone that was inside. So I went and got it. He took Paxton on the four-wheeler with him and our home and this him without telling me. And
Hold on a sec. I have no idea what
All right.
she's.
Why don't we just stop here? I mean, Mr. Shepherd, you're cutting in and out. Ms. Ehlers is cutting in and out. We're out of time. So
No, fuck it
we're
over.
going to try and get you back just as quick as we can.
Okay.
September 29 at 2 o'clock.
The next time that I have is September 29th at 2 o'clock. And we'll block off, we have an hour? We'll block
Sure.
off an hour.
Okay, Judge. Am I okay to leave now, Judge?
Yes.
Okay,
Hey, hey, Kyle, can you hear me? Rick Price out.
Yeah.
Kyle, basically what happened is we had to adjourn it. I'm gonna call you, as soon as I leave here in about 5 minutes, all right?
All right, call the 519-1842 if you would, please.
Which one, 8142?
1842, that's my
I
mom's
have-
cell number.
Will do. I'll call you in about 5 minutes.
All right, thanks, sir.
I have one quick question, Judge. Judge, I have one quick question.
All right.
We have a wedding. I have a wedding that I'm in on September 12th. And
I won't be there, so you
Kyle
don't have to worry about it.
sold my. What was that?
I said I'm not going to be there, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Kyle, you can hang up.
All right, talking about. Bye.
All right. Well, I hope the rest of it goes better.
Well, it was pretty dark and stormy out.
I was just gonna say, it's probably, there's a lot, whenever this happens, internet, everything gets screwed up, phone service.
Your Honor, I have Attorney Raul Graham in the waiting room for the 10 o'clock. Attorney Menkes is not there.
Okay.
Attorney Graham RSVP'd for the Zoom today back on August 20th, but then he emailed Wendy this morning and said he didn't have the information. So she gave it to him, so he's waiting, but Attorney Menkes is not there.
All right, let's go.
You got a new dude,
It's been about a year.
huh?
It's been about a year. But
Yeah.
I don't see you very much anymore.
Well, but it looks different.
Yeah, I chopped it off.
Yeah. Exactly.
When I have a mask on, I look like a little boy, so it's fine.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
Good one.
You back this afternoon, right?
I am, Judge. Yeah, I got the first one at 2:25. I'm gonna go see Worth right now. You playing Saturday?
Yeah.
You and Brian?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, hopefully we have good weather.
And we got another day tomorrow. Yeah, he set up matches for the end of the year. Yeah, we're supposed to play tomorrow. He's got matched up with somebody.
Oh,
I forget who, but yeah, I didn't think we were, but then he posted it up there and he's got everybody, whoever you're playing, he's got a list up there.
all right. Well, I don't think people were expecting that. So.
No, I don't think they were either, but yeah, it's kind of,
Should be awesome.
yeah, it is unexpected.
All right, can you hear me okay, Mr. Graham?
I can, Your Honor, thank you.
Have you had any contact with Mr. Menkes?
I did over the weekend, and he sent me a quick email and said he will not be appearing today. He has no objection to the motion.
All right, that's what I thought was going to happen. All right, so I will sign an order appointing Kimberly K. Rose, the new next friend.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all we ask at this point. I do believe there's also a stip and order in front of the court regarding extending discovery for another 3 months, given that we have a new next friend and we'll have to do some more depths.
That's the one you rejected because it was their third
I-
step.
Well, yeah, I'm not inclined to do that. I don't know what the new next friend has to do with that. I think I've extended discovery once or twice before already in this case. And, you know, if you're going to get more time, you're going to have to file a motion and explain, you know, why it was basically impossible to get a discovery done in the time that the court allowed it originally, the first extension, and if there was another extension during that period of time too. So I'm not going to sign that stip and order. You need to convince me that it's needed and that the parties were using all due diligence to try and get discovery done, so the courts can be very interested in what you did in the last sessions, what you tried to do, and how was your effort to get discovery done thwarted by things out of your own control? So we need to file a motion if you want more time.
Okay, thank you. I will confer with Mr. Menkes and see if maybe we could informally agree to continue to let, to have discovery as the case proceeds. If not, then I will draft a motion.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The